As an NBA rookie, guard Pel Larsson helped the Miami Heat win the Las Vegas Summer League Championship, played in 55 regular season NBA games for the Heat, and then played in each of the Heat's 4 playoff games. But Larsson entered this offseason with more to prove and plenty to improve on. "I'm so early in my career that I have to prove myself every day," Larsson, 24, said after a Summer League practice in Las Vegas. "I can't lay back or lean back on any achievements or anything. So I kind of just have to prove it every day and keep building that trust. It's here and then it's training camp and then preseason and then it just goes on and on." The first important chapter of Larsson's offseason came to an end with Monday's 100-96 win over the Boston Celtics in Las Vegas Summer League. It marked the Heat's first victory in 3 Las Vegas Summer League games this year. Larsson left Las Vegas following Monday's contest to join Sweden's national team ahead of the Eurobasket 2025 tournament, which begins on August 27th. Larsson left the country on a high note, totaling a team-high 24 points on 7 of 14 shooting from the field, 1 of 3 shooting on threes, and 9 of 10 shooting from the foul line to go with 2 rebounds and 6 assists in 33 minutes to lead the Heat to Monday's Summer League victory. The Heat's trio of Keshad Johnson, 22 points, Larsson and Kelle Wear, 21 points, combined to score 67 of Miami's 100 points in the win. While being used as a primary ball handler that led to a higher usage rate than he'll get when the real NBA season begins, Larsson flashed his growth and talent by averaging 17.4 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per appearance in his 5 Summer League games this year between the California Classic and the Las Vegas circuit. "We were trying to grow his game," Heat assistant coach and Summer League head coach Eric Glass said Monday when asked to assess Larsson's Summer League showing. "We want him to still be the defensive stopper and role player on offense, but we gave him the ball, and it gave him a much higher usage rate, obviously. It was a good experience for him. There were games when he was really good, games that there's stuff on film now that we can teach him on things to do. But you can't duplicate these kinds of reps in games. So we were really happy for that." While Larsson knows he won't have the ball in his hands as often when his second NBA season begins, he still believes the opportunity to play as a lead guard in Summer League can help him in certain on-ball situations this upcoming season. "It's just reps," said Larsson, who was selected by the Heat in the second round of last year's draft. "Maybe if I don't get as many in one single game, I'll still get some of them. So when I get those opportunities, I need to make sure I'm ready and capable. It's just building that confidence and knowledge." But Larsson was far from perfect with the ball in Summer League, totaling 15 turnovers to 15 assists in his 5 Summer League appearances. He also shot just 22 of 52, 42.3%, from the field and 5 of 19, 26.3%, from three-point range during Summer League. "Very, very good experience for me," Larsson said of his Summer League on-ball opportunities. "I'm going to have more of it this summer with the national team as well. So I just got to keep growing with that. I had too many, maybe, lapses of focus handling the ball. But it's a great learning experience." One thing that Larsson did especially well in Summer League was draw fouls. He averaged 9 free throw attempts per game, shooting 38 of 45, 84.4%, from the foul line during his 5 Summer League appearances this year. "To be honest, he's been the same person since he stepped in our building last year," Glass said when asked if he's noticed anything different about Larsson this offseason. "He's super consistent, works extremely hard. In terms of his role, we're getting him a little bit more on-ball reps than he typically has with the main club. But that's part of the summer development and his decision-making and all that stuff. We're seeing improvement. So if those opportunities happen when he's under Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra, hopefully he can be successful in those situations." Larsson's Summer League flashes aren't necessarily surprising, considering he earned the Heat's trust as a rookie after beginning last season out of Miami's rotation. He went on to log double-digit minutes in each of the final 6 regular season games he was available for before missing the last 3 games of the regular season because of a sprained ankle and then returning to the Heat's rotation in the playoffs. With Spoelstra labeling Larsson as an elite role player, even before his rookie season began, he showed why Spoelstra put that tag on him when he did get playing time. Larsson's hustle, pesky defense, and cutting ability immediately stood out, averaging 10.5 points for 0.3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 2.2 steals per game, while shooting 44% from the field and 36.8% on threes during his final 6 regular season appearances. Larsson now wants to prove he deserves a bigger and more consistent role with the Heat in his second NBA season. He has $977,689 of his $2 million salary for next season already guaranteed, with the rest becoming guaranteed if he's still on Miami's roster on opening night. I think the hope is always to get better and have a bigger role than you did the last time around, Larsson said. What's on Larsson's offseason to-do list in hopes of earning that bigger role with the Heat? I think one thing is being ready to catch and shoot, he said. I mean, Tyler, Herro, and Bam Adebayo, those guys create a lot of open shots, so you just have to be ready to knock it down. And then also be a bully on defense, learn from teammates. And then be a bully on offense, get to the line, get to the hoop, and just use my physicality because that's how I like to play, and that's kind of what I've been working on this summer league. Larsson's work now continues with Sweden's national team. As for the Heat, it will play its 4th of 5 Las Vegas Summer League games on Thursday against the Detroit Pistons summer squad for PM NBA TV. While Larsson's Summer League is done, it remains to be seen if the Heat's other 2 Summer League leaders, Johnson and Wear, will play in another Summer League game this year. Just kind of more of a sense of calm, Larsson said of his comfort level with the Heat ahead of his second NBA season. I know what coach wants from me a little bit clearer, and I know what I can bring and what the whole training camp will look like. So just getting there and battling again. The Miami Heat have made it clear to those around the NBA that Kelle Wear factors into their long-term plans. Miami refused to trade Wear for Kevin Durant, thus offering their new franchise center a ringing endorsement for all of the association to hear. Wear has since gone on to justify the hype within the Summer League setting, leaving Miami with a clear decision to make: shut him down before the risk of injury becomes a reality. Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, and David Ortiz answer biggest takeaways from first half of MLB season. The Miami Heat have made it clear to those around the NBA that Kelle Wear factors into their long-term plans. Miami refused to trade Wear for Kevin Durant, thus offering their new franchise center a ringing endorsement for all of the association to hear. Wear has since gone on to justify the hype within the Summer League setting, leaving Miami with a clear decision to make: shut him down before the risk of injury becomes a reality. Wear began Summer League with 10 points and 6 rebounds against the Atlanta Hawks. He's since played games on back-to-back days, posting 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks against the Cleveland Cavaliers during the first leg. The second time around, Wear went off to the tune of 21 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block against the Boston Celtics. Having thoroughly established that he's a cut above the Summer League talent pool, it's time for Miami to shut him down until the 2025-26 season. The risk of Wear suffering an injury isn't worth the reward of gaining more reps against his fellow up-and-comers. The Heat may very well view this Summer League stint as a humbling experience, but there's more at stake than getting a point across. Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, and David Ortiz answer biggest takeaways from first half of MLB season. The Miami Heat have made it clear to those around the NBA that Kelle Wear factors into their long-term plans. Miami refused to trade Wear for Kevin Durant, thus offering their new franchise center a ringing endorsement for all of the association to hear. Wear has since gone on to justify the hype within the Summer League setting, leaving Miami with a clear decision to make: shut him down before the risk of injury becomes a reality. Wear began Summer League with 10 points and 6 rebounds against the Atlanta Hawks. He's since played games on back-to-back days, posting 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks against the Cleveland Cavaliers during the first leg. The second time around, Wear went off to the tune of 21 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block against the Boston Celtics. Having thoroughly established that he's a cut above the Summer League talent pool, it's time for Miami to shut him down until the 2025-26 season. The risk of Wear suffering an injury isn't worth the reward of gaining more reps against his fellow up-and-comers. The Heat may very well view this Summer League stint as a humbling experience, but there's more at stake than getting a point across. Heat must shut Kelle Wear down at Summer League to avoid injury risk. Wear's summer has been a polarizing ride. He's thrived at Summer League and received the ultimate praise as a player the Heat were unwilling to trade for Durant, but he's also been publicly called out by his head coach. In the midst of Wear's dominant Summer League display, Erik Spoelstra challenged the big man to improve his professionalism, a public approach to a sensitive subject. Wear has responded favorably on the court, although it's fair to believe the Heat want more from him than numbers. Perhaps playing at Summer League is the franchise's method of surrounding Wear with coaches who can help him meet their standard of professionalism. The risk at play, however, is an injury that could derail the remainder of Wear's offseason progress on the court. That would prove disastrous, as Wear projects to play a significant role for the Heat in 2025-26. He started 36 of the final 38 games he played in 2024-25 and should have an opportunity to return to the starting lineup this coming season. With Adebayo taking on a larger offensive role at the 4 spot and Wear anchoring the interior at the 5, the Heat will have a full training camp to work out the details of their new dynamic. If Wear suffers an injury, however, that well-founded plan could go up in flames as Adebayo is forced to shift back to the 5 spot. He's more than capable, but his role would change and the Heat's entire roster and outlook would need to adjust accordingly. Miami wanting Wear to make progress as a professional is a fair ambition, but avoiding the risk of an injury during a Summer League game must take precedence. The Miami Heat have quietly been making some moves to improve their roster strength this offseason. With the addition of Norman Powell after a trade with the Clippers and the Jazz, the Heat have substantially boosted their roster strength. Miami's current front-court rotation features a potent combination of Bam Adebayo and Kelle Wear. In addition to this, they also acquired a solid big man through the draft in Vladislav Goldin. Although this front court has potential, the Heat are fairly undersized. In this regard, the free agency market could offer solid options to bolster their front court. With specific reference to team-friendly contracts, the Heat could even consider signing former Washington Wizards big man Richaun Holmes on a veteran minimum deal. After being waived by the Washington Wizards, Holmes is expected to be an unrestricted free agent on the market. At only 31 years old, he could be a great value pickup for the Heat. Holmes had some of his productive seasons in the NBA with the Sacramento Kings. In his best season with the Kings, the 2020-21 season, the big man recorded a solid average of 14.2 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 1.6 blocks per game. Following this performance, Holmes saw a gradual decline in productivity. His eventual move to the Wizards, however, helped him make a bit of a resurgence. Last season, he notched an average of 7.4 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 0.7 blocks while averaging only 17.2 minutes played per game. At 6 feet 10 inches, Holmes comfortably plays at either center or power forward. While he lacks floor spacing ability, he is a very reliable presence in the paint. His signature push shot has been one of his more effective moves to secure easy points. The Heat are widely expected to play Adebayo and Wear together in the starting lineup. With the increased expectations placed upon the 21-year-old, along with his commitment towards the team, Miami will have enough size in its starting rotation. With Holmes on the bench, the Heat would be a significantly more balanced roster, especially when paired with a stretch big like Nikola Jovic. The potential for the two to become a formidable inside-outside threat against opposing second units is immense. An added benefit of signing Holmes is his cap-friendly contract. If the Heat can sign him on a minimum deal, they will still have some wiggle room, although they will still be above the first apron. This would allow them to strengthen the rest of their roster by making the necessary trades. The Heat are always primed to make an appearance in the postseason, if not to make a deep run through it. In a weakened Eastern Conference, Miami has a realistic chance of securing a playoff spot as well. Having solid reinforcements in every position will allow the Heat to remain competitive, even in the case of injuries to their key players. With Holmes emerging as a capable, low-cost option, Miami could benefit from signing him this offseason.